Story time. This is not his story or her story. It's my story. You ready? Let's start with the sad part, right? I was sick for years. I was almost immobilized by my illness. My life was beginning to slip away from me. I'd had 5 abdominal surgeries. My body hurt all the time. I was exhausted. Driving became dangerous because I would literally fall asleep at stoplights. I was short-tempered, hard to deal with, pretty angry. I feel bad for my family and the people that were closest to me. And I've apologized to many of them as well. When you're not feeling well, when you're stressed to the hilt, when everything hurts all the time, you're always tired, you have like your gas tank is literally on fumes. It's very hard to be a nice person in your life because you don't feel nice. You feel pretty gross. When I made the decision that I was coming out of all that, I have to get out of it. I have to free myself from this. It was like carrying around a ton of bricks, a literal ton of bricks. It hurt that much. It felt terrible. I was exhausted. I was cranky, all of those things. So in order to not carry on the literal ton of bricks, I started on this pathway. Started by changing my diet. And guess what? Gluten is glue. It makes you sticky. And I was sticky. My myofascia was stuck. My muscles were stuck. I didn't want to move. I was stuck to the couch. I was stuck to the bed, sleeping. So I got the glue out of my diet. Put in a lot more fruits and vegetables, a lot of things that grow that way in nature, and began to see the improvements. And then I began to detoxify and pull some of the junk out. Then I began to do the subconscious emotional work, which was interfering with my health as well. I started to do the energy work. I started to work on my heart and love for myself. I started to do all of those things. And I continued to progress and move forward in increments. Sometimes they were big jumps, most often they were little tiny movements, but every single bit of it was a new awareness, a new yay. And I began to fill up my pitcher. I was running on empty, and I was beginning to fill up my pitcher, which meant I had more to give to others, more to give to the people around me, which was super exciting. So now I am at the peak of where I've been since I was in my 20s. I haven't felt this good in 25 years. And I am absolutely loving where I'm at today. I'm peaceful, I'm calm, I'm excited, I can enjoy life, I can hold space for others when they're in stress, I can be there and be supportive. I don't carry their stuff with me. I don't take them with me everywhere I go. As an empath, I often would carry other people's burdens with me as if I were helping them. The reality was I couldn't help them, in part because I was so far off the rails myself. So I couldn't carry another burden, mine or anyone else's. So the food helped, the detoxification helped. I would say the emotional healing, the subconscious, the energy work helped in far bigger increments. And I finally know why. And that's because the body speaks in frequency, light and sound. They've studied it. They know it. They've seen it. When a cell does its operation. It emits a burst of light and a little tiny sound. You can't hear it, but it is that frequency of communication. It's like the note on the piano. And you put enough notes together and the body works, and it works really, really well. You put them in tune. It's like a symphony orchestra, all playing together and playing in harmony with each other. The physical density of the body is the last to change in terms of not only getting to illness, so all of the energetics change 2 years before the physical does. The physical density takes a little longer to get caught up. The cool part about that is that if you have a trauma and you work through the emotions and you do the work to clear that emotional energy, the trauma doesn't become physical illness. If you have a trauma and you stuff it all in a box and you hold on to it and you plug it in somewhere in your body, you begin to experience physical illness. So you have the nice thing about that gap between event and experience is that there's time to do the healing work. So frequency, sound and light. Well, what's the best way to connect with the body in terms of frequency? Sound and light. What's the best way to connect and balance the body? Sound and light. How many frequencies are there? Millions. So you go, but which one do I choose? Well, the amazing part is that there are people who have been doing this research for decades. Technically, it goes back to Nikola Tesla, who started to research electricity as it relates to the body. Nikola Tesla, Royal Rife, many others that we don't know their names. There are a lot of Russian researchers who did some amazing work with frequency healing. There are Eastern Europeans like Nikola Tesla and others. There are Germans, there are Americans, there are people from all over the world who have studied the impact of frequency on the body and the potential benefits of it. And guess what? They have created technologies that work incredibly well at delivering frequency to you. So if there is this giant database of frequency of opportunity, if I threw 1,000 at you, you wouldn't know how to put them together to help your muscles be healthier, to help your heart be healthier, to help clear emotional trauma. You wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know how to get there, would you? But if I said, hey, I got this cool little box, and that cool little box is connected to an amazing database. And through your phone, you can connect to that database, and that database is going to tell you what to do and in what order. Is that not the coolest thing you've ever heard? Now, some people go, yeah, but I don't know how they could fit all of that in this little box. Well, if you think about telephones, even when I was a kid, right, we had a box on the wall with a long cord that was wired to another cord up to a pole out to a telephone station. And that phone station would transmit the frequencies over wires. Well, now we take this and we punch in a frequency, also known as a telephone number, and we use that frequency to connect with whoever we want to talk to, who's on the other side of the line. It's not connected to any wires. And it's so compact, it's kind of crazy, right? To think how far technology has come just with telephones. It's really a mini computer, right? Because there's so much you can do in your phone these days. It's almost unlimited. So if you apply the fact that there are individuals who said, okay, we want to take phone technology and we want to compress it down and we want to pack as much capability in there as possible and allow people to use it, you get handed this phone when you go to your cellular store and you start punching in numbers and you start using it, right? You don't ask how this works. You know that there are smart people who figured out how to transmit the frequencies so that it works each and every day, right? You know that you've seen that in action each and every day, right? But this you haven't seen in action. There are individuals who said, I want to take the concept of frequency as a healing modality and I want to make it accessible to everyone. And that's what they've done. They've made it accessible to everyone. It's available for you to have in your house so that you can be in charge. You can ask and answer a lot of questions that you haven't gotten answers to before. It takes making a decision. It takes making the decision to contact me, to ask how you get in touch with this amazing technology, and deciding that you want to be the one who has everyday access to the frequencies that are going to nudge your body into the healing process, that it knows how to do so beautifully, so amazingly, to do that healing process. Because it is incredible. It is incredible. And as I look at what this amazing device has done for me and my family, I'm completely blown away each and every day. It's not hype. It is the reality of mobility, of emotional freedom, of relaxation, of sleep, of excitement, of energy, of healing, of protein synthesis and collagen building and eyesight improvement, brain working well, memory, concentration, all of those things. That's the excitement. So your next step is to contact me, because this is going to blow you away. I'm telling you what. You believe in this, I believe in this. We'll talk soon. Have a great day.